Hi y'all, welcome back to the Wormery. We are in my mini worm bin today to give them their 30th feeding. And we wrote a date on here. It looks like January of 2025. We started the mini worm bin with not much of a lot of stuff. We gave them some bedding, and we had given them a good bed of lettuce. I was in here today with the rake, stirring through our contents here, and I'll tell you what, this bin, let me get this laid out so y'all can see what I'm seeing, because the stuff in this bin is looking, yeah, come on, what did I do? Low battery, that's not going to be a good thing. 1%. Alright, let's steal some power. Sorry y'all, I'm not keeping up with my batteries, and 1% ain't gonna help us see much. There at 50%. Let's move that rake, and hopefully y'all be able to see what I'm seeing here, because yeah, hey, let's fix the light and knock it over. That's gonna be helpful. Come on, wires. Alright, this is what I am looking at. This is looking amazing in here. We got wormies, and when we dig down in deep, right there, we took their top covering off as in hopes to get in here and let some of this stuff decompact and dry out. There's some wormies in there. Yes, there is. So we're going to stir them up a little bit, put some flashlights in our dirt, and yeah, it's gonna help our wormies out a lot, eh? Yeah, no, it's not. Alright, that's good. Alright, made a nice little spot to feed them. Gonna have to set this down. So we've definitely begun foraging 2 feedings ago with this mini worm bin. And these guys are gonna get a nice treat today. We got a nice assortment of some Wegmans fruits. Yeah, fruits. Wegman veggies. I smell a little onion, and I definitely see a lot of fluid, so that's not going to be helpful with this system. Let me drain some of this liquid off of here. That's not going to be helpful in this system. But it definitely could use some of those liquids down there. Our original worm bin system. Alright, we got all those liquids drained off, a good amount of them. We're going to put some of them in there. Oh, that's stinky. Whew. Yeah, that's stinky. Yeah. Alright, we got some longer term foods along with those short term. Some banana peel and some broccoli spears. And I think that's going to be it for the mini worm bin. Use our rake and pull some of this stuff over. Jesus, man, you in this light, you know, you'd think you'd be used to having a light sitting up there. You think, you know, we didn't just start doing this today. Alright, let's use some of them castings to cover up our food, slow down the flying insect populations growing in our bins. We want to use these castings this year, so yeah, that's good enough and covered up. And we'll give them, these guys, a scoop of some wormy chow along with their food feeding. We can give these guys some of this stuff, and yeah, just a little bit more. We can give these guys some of this. We got some coffee that we can scatter in here. That's gonna be good. There's a little bit of clumpies, but I'm sure the wormies will work through it. Alright guys, this is going to concluding our checkup on our mini worm bin and feeding number 30. And we're a little bit off away from our 1-year celebration of July 2026. So yeah, we're a couple months off. I think we might keep this system going about another month. 3 more feedings, and then we're definitely going to put it on the shaker table, loosen up all this stuff, and try to get it decompacted and drying out. So yeah, that's going to conclude our feeding of the mini worm bin. Thank you all so much for coming and checking out the feeding, checking out the material inside my mini worm bin. And yeah, wishing these guys almost a year in service, just about. We're coming up on it. We may not make it a year. We may only make it 10 months, because I need these castings. Maybe we'll start with the original worm bin. We did try loosening up some of the boulders and getting some moisture in some of this material again. And yeah, we put some food down inside the feeding zones that we're trying to lure out the rest of them guys. Alright, that is it. Have a great day. Bye bye now.